Hello, it's Daryl at 10-Foot Truck, Good Attitude Services. And I just got back from the mechanic. As I said in the video yesterday, when I was doing the job, I went up a mountain hill. It was a dirt road. It goes up pretty steep. I noticed the engine light going on, so I thought, well, there's something, I don't know what's wrong. You never know when the engine light's on. The problem, you just have to have it diagnosed. So I have a mechanic. He's only like 2 driveways over from where I live. Excellent mechanic. I've had him do work on my car. Very honest, reasonable. The best mechanic I found out here. I mean, if you can find a good mechanic, it's golden. It really is. My last mechanic, when I lived over in the Southwest Washington, before I moved out here, he was one of the best. I mean, the guy was awesome. He did my truck, the car, always fair, always honest. He even came out here when I needed there was some issues I had with the car, and he drove all the way out here. I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Oh, he's cool about it." He came out, took a little vacation, came out here. That's a long drive from where he lives, from where I used to live. It's at least 400 miles east out here. He drove out here and he did some work, but I don't really want to. I don't want to call him and have him do that again because it's just too far of a trip. So I looked for another mechanic and I got the guy. Luckily, this guy's right next door. So I'm really happy with him. He did the diagnostics immediately when I went there, and he said, "No big deal. It's a CO2 sensor. Bring it in next week. I'll fix it for you. It'll take a couple hours, and that's it." So, and I'm gonna bring in my car too. Have him check that out. I think I'm having some belt issues, but it's so great to have a mechanic that's that good, that close, and that honest. So I feel lucky. So yeah, if you don't work on your own cars, which I don't. Then you really want a decent mechanic when you're doing transportation or logistics type work like I do. So I'm happy about that. He said it's no big deal. So I'm going to be able to do that job tomorrow, the expediting job. And because I told him where I was going to go, and he said that's okay. So back on the road. I also got the job on Saturday. So things are looking up. I mean, I'm always worried when there's issues with a car because that's what I do for a living. I have to have my truck and my car. And it's very expensive to maintain and operate. So it's always good to have these maintained and in good condition, and have someone that can if you know how to do your own work, that's cool. If you don't, sorry about that. If you don't, get a good mechanic and find an honest mechanic. I've been through so many mechanics that, over the years that weren't the best, and whenever I find one that's great, I'm really happy to do that, to give them the service and give them the business. And I always stick with them. As long as they're good to me, I'm good to them. It's a win-win situation. I hope all you guys are doing great out there. I'm gonna get back home and have some lunch, and I'm really happy I'll be able to continue to work. I was kind of, when engine things or any kind of things that happens like in a major situation. I've had this transmission actually fail when I first got it, and it was a big deal. It took a while to get that resolved and rebuilt and all that, and it just cuts your business down. I mean, it keeps your business, it slows it down because you have to wait. Unless if you're lucky enough to have several vehicles at hand, and I don't know, okay, there it goes. Unless you have several vehicles, which I plan on doing. I plan on maybe getting a van, getting like a ProMaster or Sprinter type van, the tall vans, tall cargo vans. I plan on getting one of those at some point, having this and that, because then if something happens, you can run. You don't have any gaps in your work. So that's the plan. I know it's expensive, but that's the plan. Hopefully, gotta have goals, right? Anyway, I'm gonna head out. Just wanted to update you on that. Things are looking good. This is Daryl at 10-Foot Truck, Good Attitude Services. Hope you guys are all having a great day, being prosperous, enjoying your time, and getting some great work and all that. So, signing out.